So today, this is Jojo's first day. Nice job, cuteness. So obviously when we first start off, I do like to warm up without the leash on. That way it gives her the chance to explore the environment, and she's been doing a stellar job in this program so far. She has seen a few friends pass by, and she was in her own little bubble and doing quite nice. So I think this will be a really nice way to get her to feel a little bit more cozy with some of this novelty. Jojo. Gorgeous name recognition. What a smart girl. I know that's a little tuft of hair. We'll move that one from the flirt poll earlier. So for Miss Lovely, I love warming up, as you can see, is working a couple little find it behaviors, and then from there into little orientation back to you with either name recognition or, for example, the positive interrupter, which is that little kissy noise. So we might go from here. She's a little distracted. Yes. Good job. So I'd make it where, again, it's easy, it's attainable, and I'm sorry, tickly nose. So for our lovely little lady, I'm allowing her to go check out the bubble first. I know she's in one of my other classes too right now, and she's doing great with it. So very nice job for you and mom. For her and mom. So with our gorgeous gal, allowing her to go sniff around and check out the space means that she can get a little bit more familiar to then be able to function again later. So remember, dogs see their sort of whole world through their sense of smell. So sometimes we are limiting their ability to go smell and check out the bubble. It's almost like us walking into an environment blindfolded. We may not know where the stairs are. We may not know what to expect. We feel overwhelmed. So ready? Yes, nice job. So right now, I'm just warming her up with some exploration and bounce back to me. So that way, again, kind of like I mentioned earlier for some of the beauties, it's almost creating like those ABCs of behavior that then eventually we build on and get more reliable with bigger skill sets down the road. So I'm going to try a little bit. Ready, Jojo? I'm going to do a little find it. Get her out and find one of her little heart snacks. And then Jojo, come. Oh, I know that one got stuck on the floor. That's awful. So right now we're just working through either some name recognition, some recall, and getting her in the groove there. So right here, a little distraction. Jojo. Yes, nice job, cutie. Oh, she's like, that's the crumb that I couldn't get earlier. I think it's still stuck on the floor. We'll have to fix that later. So obviously working a little bit with this orientation, like even in the yard, you guys have a really nice little fenced in zone in the back. So that could be like, again, your like softer or like your shallow end of the swimming pool. And then you could build into working the deeper end of the swimming pool, which would be, again, your side yard, front yard, again, cough drop, off to the other environments and build up as needed as she's feeling comfortable. So, again, so sorry about my coughing. It thankfully has gotten better than it once was. I know you guys got to listen to me on Sunday, and that was pretty awful. And thank goodness Kiara was able to help me, because at least then she could be my voice for a little bit of the time. So with my lovely lady, I would also start, she's like, I will one day get this darn snack. Did you manage to get it this time? Nice job, cuteness. So I love the little training treats you brought too, by the way. Those are really nice and little hearts are perfect. So we've been rotating through a few different varieties of hers, and I have a teeny bit of like some other goodies, but again, mostly her goodies, because I know she has sometimes a sensitive tummy. So right here, she's a little distracted. She can kind of see one of the classmates. I might go, Jojo. Yes, good girl. So there is a fence with some of it is covered with like the dividers they can't see through, and then part of it is just the regular X pen. So like, again, they can visually see through the metal. So she's also getting to hear these classmates, smell, and all this other fun stuff, and then be able to still bounce back from those distractions. So ready? Jojo. So let's say I lose her for a second to the environment. I'm going to get a little bit closer. Ready? And then reinforce her for that little check-in. If that was too hard, I might have lured her a little bit further away or done a find it away from the distraction. She did just go out for a little potty break as well, so she should be good. And then, so she's just now figuring out this lovely new space to work in, because typically when she comes, she's with mom, which is fine. So remember, there's going to be this generalization or getting cozy with this new setup compared to what she normally does with her family. So she's just checking out all the potential crumbs that could be left on the sides. So I'm going to grab her leash. I want to do a little bit, hi cutie patootie, a little bit with leash pressure. So I know I had mentioned a little bit for Mr. Handsome, Mr. E, but then he was so tired after doing some playing that he was like, couldn't possibly function about that right now. So as I mentioned earlier, for all the beauties, you want to keep your training sort of criteria low enough where they're successful, but also make sure that you're sometimes gauging it based off day to day, not from, let's say, a standard that's always the same every time. So with Miss Lovely over here, Miss J, ready, Jojo? Yes, nice job. So let's say, for example, she might be having a little bit of a harder time by the fence line, then using your gear and changing up your criteria is perfectly fine. But if, let's say, your babe was ever really having a hard time, nice shake off, ma'am, is I know she's getting comfortable using her harness. This is a little bit newer to her. She looks beautiful, and I've already told you, but she looks gorgeous in her purple, and the perfect fit harness on her is stellar. So she looks really pretty. So let's say I lose her. I might walk down my leash, regain my attention to my puppy, and then feed her for moving into my space while moving away from something else. So back to leash pressure, and Mr. Handsom's like, I'm just going to make a few noises real quick. So leash pressure would be when she feels this tension, I'd actually want to get a check-in from her when she feels pressure. Though a lot of puppies in the beginning don't even know that pressure means anything whatsoever. Remember, I'm not going to use my leash as a correction. So there's no leash pop, no leash jerks, none of that. So let's say, for example, she, I'm so sorry, is a little bit unsure as to how to work this. I like to have a snack or two in my hand ready to go. I'm going to, in the beginning, just get my Lovely's attention real quick. So I would, for example, have the puppy in front of me, do a little pull and then feed. So a little pull and then feed her as she comes into your space. So that way, when she feels pressure, what you're hoping for her to do is when she feels the tension, is to technically come and check in. She doesn't quite get it yet. I'm so sorry. So she is not really pulling. She's pulling and then she's not quite realizing to come bounce back. Oh, chewing is also hard for her too. Oh, right there. Good itch. Those armpit itches. So, but I'm just going to grab my drink super fast. I'm so sorry again. This is going to be the end of me, this cold. Oh, I don't know how people have to be on radio shows make it. So with our gorgeous gal, for doing this, we might even warm up, like I mentioned a little bit earlier. You could even start off with some fronts before you even start anything with the leash pressure, like I was mentioning for Mr. E. So for those fronts, I know we did them earlier for Mr. A, so Mr. Alston. What you're going to do is you're going to have a little bit of food in your hand. You're going to show it to your puppy. You're going to go front and bring it into them as they move into your space. If she offers a sit, that's fine. If not, no big deal. So, but let's say, again, we kind of lose my baby to the environment. I'm going to go right to a little sniffer. I'm going to go front and bring her into my space. And again, front and bring her into my space. So again, ready? Front. And then, oh, sorry, I dropped that one. She says, don't worry, it's still delicious. Ready? Front. Nice. So I know she's a bit shorter, so leaning over, typical for us. So now that she's kind of gotten in this groove of sort of looking at me and moving into my space, excuse me, I'm going to try and now do a little pull and then feed. A little pull and then feed. She's like, hold on, where'd it go? So if, again, her ability to work certain skills, it might be a couple reps, excuse me, and then take a breather, that's fine. So ready, Jojo? She's like, lady, I'm getting so tired. If I lose her, you could also walk down the leash, again, to regain her attention and bring her back into your space. So, but leash pressure, if, again, she doesn't grasp it yet, don't worry. But when she feels the pressure here, I would be hoping that she would then come, she'll notice the toys, is then she'd feel this pressure, and then she'd move into your space. So for right now, the little kissy noise is what helps her bounce back in the beginning, perfectly fine. So, but you don't want to be yanking and still walking in the same direction. And you shouldn't be yanking in the first place. But let's say there is this little tension right there. Yes, and feed. So I'm going to try again for the gorgeous girl. She's like, that was delicious. So a little pull, nice, and feed. So I'm going to see if we can get a little bit where we're walking for a little moment. And let's say then she pulls. I want to see if when she gets to the end of the leash, if she does a little check-in. So like right here where there's tension, I want to see if she'll check in. So right here, I'm just going to give her a couple seconds to figure it out. And if she doesn't, I'm going to help her. So if your puppy doesn't grasp something, don't keep repeating and don't keep yanking or don't keep doing something that doesn't seem to be helping. So right here, a little pressure. I want to see if she'll do a little check-in. Right there, yes, and feed for that. So she felt the pressure on the gear. I didn't do a thing, and I just kind of waited for her to turn and head back towards me. So I'm going to try once more, just add a little bit of wiggle, which is very nice loose leash walk-in. So I'm going to, of course, give her a little tidbit for those beautiful eyeballs. So right here, there's some tension. She's like, oh, there's a schnack she missed. That's allowed. Did you get it yet? She's like, I can't get it. It's up against the wall. So right here, leash gets taut. I want to see if she goes and does a little check-in. So close. She's like, deep thoughts. If I don't quite get her, ready? Jojo. Yes. So I don't want her struggling where she doesn't know what to do because this is a new concept for her. So I don't want her to think it's too challenging. So right here, again, we're towards this tautness in the gear. Yes. And we got that beautiful little U-turn from her to check back in. So again, we might meander one more time. She gets to the end of the leash. She feels the tension. I'm hoping that when she feels this again, it'll start to make more sense. And then from here, she might then move back into my space. Yes. Nice job. So, but remember, if your walks consist of her usually pulling and then tension, so I'm just going to give her, that was a very nice check-in, but I'm going to give her a little breather so she's not pulling on gear and then I'm not always paying attention. So with the leash, if you find that you're always tending to have tension, try to either relax the gear. I'm not saying let her go be free, but relaxing the gear means that you're not adding tension from your end. And then if she's adding tension, see if you can get her to bounce back. If she doesn't quite know how to do the leash pressure quite yet, ask for the kissy noise, like the little bounce back from the noise, the little kissy noise. You could do her name recognition. You could do a little find it if, let's say, she's a little tired. So, but Miss J did a very nice job with her leash pressure. So I want to see if I can work a little bit more. Ready, cuteness? Nice job. What a smart girl. So right there checking in with me, beautiful. So I'm going to do a little bit, ready? Where we might do a little bit of loose leash walking even without gear. So again, feed for all these gorgeous little moments when she's by your leg. If you lose her, remember there's maybe only so much attention span she can have, and that's fine. So right here, we might go, ready? Jojo, come. Yes, what a good girl. But keeping training sessions obviously short and sweet for all the beauties is going to be really important. But obviously sometimes if some of the puppies, like for her, she can get overheated quickly because she's got that cute little nose. So the problem with some of the babes is conformation-wise, they might have more stamina or less, and that's okay. So just make sure that your training moments are easy and attainable. So ready? Jojo, come. Yes, what a good girl. She's like, hold up, I smell water. So she maybe just noticed the water dish. She has to get a little drink first and then she can come back. So, but when working with leash pressure, start in the backyard, start in your home. This again should not be you pulling as she's moving forward or any of the babes are practicing. This way, like when my guys practice, they might go to the end of their like 15-footer, they get to the end, they feel a little bit of tension, and they come running for a little check-in. Then they might be asked again to go into a with me or be near me, or they go back into free time, which for my guys means you're able to go to the end of your leash and explore, but there shouldn't be tension from them yanking me or me yanking them. So again, Jojo. Jojo says, I am finding crumbs. Nice check-in. Ready? She's like, no, I'm itchy and I want to be a naked woman. Ready? Come here, my lovey. So if I lose her, I get a little closer. Nice. And I help her bounce back. But I'm going to give lovely Miss J a little breather from some of these exercises with the leash pressure. And we'll do a few other little fun skills with her in just a second. But she's doing such a good job. So I'll give her a little break.